Look at this map. Bitcoin is spreading across the globe from North America to Asia, from tiny El Salvador to the giants of China and the United States. But here's the shocking part. For all the headlines about mass adoption, Bitcoin's distribution is still incredibly uneven. Entire nations own less Bitcoin than a single hedge fund. That means two things. Yes, it's global, but it's also still early, very early. If you believe people should understand where Bitcoin really stands today, subscribe now. And if you want this truth to spread, hit like. It helps more than you think. So, what are we looking at? The current distribution of Bitcoin across the world. The United States leads the pack with over 1 million Bitcoin under control. That includes institutions, ETFs, corporations, and government seizures. China, despite its anti-crypto stance, still holds massive amounts, mostly from confiscations. Europe is fragmented, a little in the UK, a little in Germany, a little in France. And then there's El Salvador, small in number, but huge in symbolism. This map is more than statistics, it's a mirror of power. Who holds Bitcoin today shapes who holds financial leverage tomorrow. Here's the mind-bending truth. Out of more than 195 countries in the world, only a handful have any meaningful Bitcoin reserves. Most central banks still hold zero. Entire continents like Africa and South America are barely represented outside of a few bright spots like Brazil or Nigeria's grassroots adoption. Compare that to gold. Virtually every nation on Earth holds some gold as part of its reserves. With Bitcoin, we're still at the very beginning. That's why the phrase rings true. It's still early. The runway ahead is massive, and once central banks start stacking, the game changes forever. Here's something most people don't realize. Right now, institutions often hold more Bitcoin than entire countries. MicroStrategy alone controls over 200,000 BTC, more than most sovereign states. ETFs like BlackRock's iShares and Fidelity's Wise Origin have vacuumed up billions worth of Bitcoin in just months. That means private corporations are outpacing governments. And that raises a serious question. What happens when nations realize they're being front-run by companies? History tells us governments don't like being left behind. They'll move, but likely later and at much higher prices. Now think about the geopolitical angle. The United States holds Bitcoin indirectly through ETFs and corporate treasuries. China controls seized Bitcoin, even while banning mining. Russia experiments with cross-border settlements. Meanwhile, tiny El Salvador declared Bitcoin legal tender and stacked BTC for the nation. This uneven distribution means the next decade won't just be about adoption, it will be about competition. Which countries secure their slice of Bitcoin's fixed 21 million? Which ones miss out? This isn't just economics, it's national security, energy strategy, and monetary independence, all wrapped into one. Let's zoom out. Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million. That's it, no more. Now compare that to the world's population, over 8 billion people. That means, mathematically, fewer than 1 in 400 people could ever own a full Bitcoin. So when nations and institutions buy thousands at a time, they're not just making an investment, they're locking ordinary people out. Every coin that enters a government vault or ETF is one less available for the market. This is why early adoption matters and why those who dismiss Bitcoin as speculation are missing the bigger picture. This is the greatest wealth transfer of our lifetime. Right now, Bitcoin's global distribution feels patchy, uneven, incomplete. That's the opportunity. It means you're still early. You still have the chance to front-run not just corporations, but entire nations. But that window won't stay open forever. History moves fast, and when it turns, it often turns suddenly. Bitcoin is global, Bitcoin is spreading, but make no mistake, we're only at the beginning. 110 countries still hold zero. Most central banks are asleep, but the clock is ticking. The question isn't if they will join, the question is when, and by the time they do, the easy part of the opportunity will be gone. If you want to stay ahead of that curve, hit like, subscribe, and join us here at Alpine Hodler, where we cut through the noise and focus on the truth. Because the revolution isn't coming, it's already here.